Hey everybody, welcome back to This Woman Can. Thank you for joining this week. I am your host, Janice Sutherland, career strategist for the woman of colour over 40. Now, if you follow me on social media, I am Janice Sutherland, you'd be well aware that for Women's History Month and for International Women's Day, or the theme of #Break the Bias, I'm highlighting those women and the issues that impact the women at the intersectionality of race, age and gender. In other words, black women 50 and over. And menopause plays a fundamental part of this and is often one of those hush-hush topics, with many of us struggling to figure out where to turn, when it starts, or when it starts impacting our careers. So for this episode, I'll be exploring how I see the ways that coaching can help you during your career whilst you're going through menopause. In the last episode, the previous episode, I spoke with Julie Gordon-White, CEO of Bossa Bars, about how her own menopause experience at work led to her creating a business during the pandemic that produced and distributed menopause energy bars. Yet going through menopause at work is often viewed by women as an embarrassment, one not to be spoken about, and they're desperately trying to ignore the process while undergoing their day-to-day activities. If this sounds like you, put your hand up. If you're still going through the perimenopause or menopause, there's a chance you really may not have even given a thought to coaching. You're dealing with the hot flushes, the sweats, the mood swings and everything else in between. And the most annoying thing is we can really find ourselves going through the change often at the peak of our careers. Just for the uninitiated, let me explain the symptoms that women can experience. Now, these can range from hot flushes or power surges, as Julie called them, mood swings, headaches, and much, much more. And during my research, I identified over 20 different symptoms that can take place in a woman's body during this period. Now, these can occur 4 to 8 years before menopause starts and 2 to years after it ends, and usually occurs between the ages of 35 to 50 years old, but it is different for everyone. But at the worst, that could be a 10-year hormonal roller coaster. And during this period, we can tend to become less tolerant, more emotional, less patient, less empathetic during this phase of life. It's obviously a natural part of a woman's life, but in a male-dominated world, it's one that can often be overlooked. During this time, you might be experiencing all the changes that could start to negatively impact your work performance. And some of the other symptoms that I will mention is lack of focus due to the hot flashes, or mood swings that can cause conflict with co-workers or managers. Now, I see that coaching can help alleviate those stresses, and I can help you with tools that can empower you while helping you maintain balance and focus both at work and at home. So why might coaching be of benefit to perimenopausal and menopausal women? And just to clarify, perimenopause is before it starts and menopause is after. And number one, it helps you to be more self-aware. You have a better understanding of your strengths, values, and what motivates you. You know what's important to you and why it's important to you. You understand your emotions and how they affect you in particular situations. It can help you become more self-directed. You can set goals, develop action plans, and are more committed to achieving them. You can make choices and take responsibility for them, whether they work out well or not so well. It helps you to become more self-confident. You feel confident in your ability to take on challenges, to learn from them, to grow from them as a result of the coaching experience. Number two, it brings out the best of yourself, which means that when you have made a decision about something, you don't just go through the motions, but you genuinely engage. That taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally which means doing what is needed rather than relying on others, which in turn means keeping an open mind and really being prepared to change course as and when required. Number 2, coaching is a cost-effective way to get the most out of your career at this pivotal point in your life. And let me speak from experience. Given my client sector, I'm always cognizant that a fair percentage of the women I work with can be undergoing perimenopause or menopause, and that their current state of mind or the impact of the menopause can actually be impeding their career progress without them even realizing it. And working with me can help them in a number of ways. It can provide clarity on your next move. As a coach, I can help you define your ideal career path, without having those cloudy thoughts. Maybe you want to launch a second career, you want to change careers, you want to take a different direction. Maybe you want to stay in your current job and develop ways to advance within that role. Or if you're already at the pinnacle of your professional career, someone like me or another coach can help you decide how and when to take that step forward to the next stage of your career. It could be retirement, could be something else, but you do it with clarity and purpose. As a coach, we're trained to bring out what's already inside you. We don't give you the answers, your ideas, beliefs, values, and dreams, so that they can become fully formed goals. We can help you leverage your strengths because we can help you understand what your strengths are right now, right at this stage of your career, where there may be opportunities for growth for yourself, and how best to leverage those strengths in an interview performance or a performance review situation. A good coach will encourage her client through positive feedback so that she really feels empowered about her experiences and her accomplishments at this point in her life and her career. The fact is, menopause, as I said, brings on hot flashes, it brings on mood swings, it can give you sleep problems and other symptoms, all of which can have a significant impact on women's careers. The stress of being unable to control these negative symptoms often adds more tension to the mix because you know it's going to happen, you can't control it, so you're not quite sure what your response is going to be or how good you look given the response. And a coach can help menopausal women learn effective techniques for managing their emotions during this period, for better dealing with difficult situations, again at work or at home, during this time of change. An important thing we can do, I can act as your personal sounding board and say to you, no, you're not crazy, you're not losing your mind. Because often women don't realise how their symptoms have really been impacting or affecting their ability to function in their role at work until they really start to talk about it. Quite often we keep it in ourselves because we're too embarrassed to talk about what's happening. And having been a menopausal woman myself, I can tease out whether this is the case. And women are usually relieved to find out that they're not on their own, that they're not strange or losing their mind, and that there can be a way out of it, a way forward too. I tell you, our sessions are your Vegas, aka what's said in our sessions stays in our sessions. It's a safe space for you to discuss your worries and strategize the actions that you want to take while you're going through the process in your career. Coaching is all about helping women or people find a way forward in a non-judgmental way. Any actions are created together through careful questioning, mapping, or using other creative solutions tailored just to your situation and for your personal needs in mind. Let me share an example. For instance, it could be ensuring that you're maintaining your healthy boundaries so that you can get enough exercise and rest to reduce stress, or finding some me time at work, something away from the distractions. For most women, it really is about reconnecting with their strengths and passions and acknowledging the importance of their contribution to what they're doing in their day-to-day role. And let's not overlook resilience. We can teach you resilience fundamentals. Women are not often aware of how the physical symptoms can impact their work. And again, I've said this, there's a lack of sleep, low moods, poor concentrations, and irritability can often make it hard to cope without you realizing that that's what's happening right at that moment. It's important at this point to focus on self-care and mental and physical well-being. This can be about letting go of societal expectations of being good enough, because we're still trying to strive to this unwritten standard. It's also about understanding that sleep, diet, and exercise are the foundations. Let me say that again, the foundations to great resilience. And we usually start to look there before we even start to look at other areas of your life. Lastly, we can work on career flexibility. Sadly, there are situations where women feel compelled to leave their careers because of what they're going through. And maybe they're not even getting the support, should I say, that they need at work. But it really doesn't have to be that way. Encouraging you or other women to have more open conversations with their line manager and colleagues about what they're going through, and identifying together supportive solutions that you need, such as flexible working to accommodate the peaks and troughs in your energy level to ensure your workload is managed effectively, is often essential. So you can't be shy about having that conversation. It is one you need to have. It's one of the things we start doing about understanding how you can approach that conversation. Now, that is just some of the way that I think coaching can help menopausal women through the process in their career. And like I said, some of the things that are happening, you don't even attribute it to menopause, because you may think that's not really happening. But trust me, speaking from experience here, it really does. So if you want to talk to me, if you want some more information, you want to find out, think, oh, that sounds familiar, maybe I could do with some extra support, some help. Look, feel free to have a no obligation chat with me. You can contact me on info@janicesutherland.com, or just message me via whatever platform or whatever social media platform we're connected on. But there is a way out, and there is a solution, there is support out there for you, so you don't derail your career at this important point. So that's it for this week. I hope that was a benefit and of help to you. And always remember, if I can, you can, this woman can. Take care until next time.